Christmas. It's the most wonderful time of the year. On December 25th, people all over the world celebrate. Families come together and decorate their homes with lights and exchange gifts in the spirit of giving. Known as a Christian holiday, the ancient origins of this celebration might surprise you. This is Ancient Origins, and today we're bringing 10 surprising facts about the history of Christmas. Even though Christmas is a date to celebrate the birth of Jesus, it may be the case that this isn't his birthday. Biblical texts state that on the night of Jesus' birth, there were shepherds outside taking care of their flocks. But it isn't likely that the shepherds were out with their flocks in the cooler winter months. It's also written that Joseph and Mary were traveling to Bethlehem to register in a Roman census when Jesus was born. These weren't known to have occurred in December, and the birthday link is improbable. So why celebrate Christmas in December? Originally, Saturnalia was held on December 17th until the 25th. This Roman celebration honored Saturn, the god of sowing and husbandry, and was linked to the rise of a new year and the return of light. Ancient Romans would celebrate this date with a public banquet, giving gifts, partying, and holding a sacrifice in the Temple of Saturn. So how did Christmas spring up from this? When Constantine converted to Christianity in the 4th century, he may not have imagined how difficult it would be to convert the pagan population. To ease the transition, existing pagan holidays were chosen as dates to also celebrate the birth of Jesus. This allowed the pagans to continue traditions while gradually incorporating a new Christian religion into their lives. So it went that the birthday of the sun god became the birthday of the Son of God. Although the link between the evergreen tree and Christmas is relatively recent, the significance of the tree itself is much older. An interest in the evergreen tree can be traced all the way back to the worship of the sun god Mithras around 600 BC. This god was often pictured in or next to an evergreen tree. The trees were a reminder that although it was darkest just before solstice, the sun would be back. Ceremonies would ensure the regrowth of plants in the spring. In ancient Egypt, palm rushes were a part of their solstice celebrations. People in the northern hemisphere used evergreen plants to decorate their homes during the time of seasonal darkness. Though most homes during Christmas have an evergreen tree adorned with lights inside today, this is an ancient tradition found around the world. Why do we do this? Legend has it that in Germany it may have been popularized by the Protestant reformer Martin Luther. Luther is said to have been inspired by the beauty of a Christmas Eve starry night sky. He decided to replicate the image by cutting down an evergreen tree and putting lit candles on it. It did not take long until German homes were decorated with candles, fruits, and paper roses for Christmas time. During the Middle Ages, huge miracle plays were performed at Christmas time across Europe in front of cathedrals. Held on December 24th, these plays recounted the story of Genesis with Adam and Eve. The trees used in these plays were pyramid-shaped and were decorated with apples and linked to the tree of life in the Garden of Eden. A wreath is a common feature on the front door of many homes at Christmas time. It is a piece of nature which adds an added touch of Christmas cheer, but the meaning of this decoration runs much deeper. The wreath is a powerful and ancient symbol of the unending cycle of life, as well as victory and honor. Evergreen branches were crafted into wreaths by the Druids, Celts, and Romans during their winter solstice celebrations. By the 16th century, Germans had united the circular-shaped evergreen branches with the idea of God's love, which they believed to have no beginning or end. Ancient people preferred holly for its shiny leaves and its ability to bear fruit even in winter, aspects which made it seem almost magical. Holly syrup was used to cure coughs, and holly leaves were hung over beds to encourage good dreams. The early Christian church saw holly as a symbol of the crucifixion. One legend claims Jesus' crown of thorns was made out of holly. This story says holly berries were originally white, but were stained red by Jesus' blood. Druids and Romans held mistletoe in high regard. They believed that the plant had healing powers and could ward off evil. Ancient Britons thought that hanging mistletoe at their door would keep evil away. Anyone who was able to cross the threshold safely received a welcome kiss, thus starting the Christmas tradition of kissing under the mistletoe. People in many northern countries light a Yule log at Christmas time and serve Yule cakes. The Christmas celebration is sometimes even called Yule, from the Scandinavian word Jol, the winter solstice feast. The huge block or log of wood would be burned at one end for 12 days, equaling the 12 days of Christmas. The log wouldn't be burned completely, but taken off the fire with the intent to burn the same block the next year, and so on. During the rest of the year, the charred wood log would bring good fortune to the household. It was believed it warded off toothache, lightning, fire, and other misfortunes. Dive into even more hidden history on our Ancient Origins channel, and have a Merry Christmas! Thanks for watching!